Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of the Pick'ems podcast. What a great weekend of college football and NFL football.
I'm not a pure fan of Ohio State. Defense just struggled. I don't know. C.J. Stroud shouldn't be thrown at 60 times a game as a freshman.
That was
I feel like we should be running the ball more, but I don't know. I was at work for the first half of the game. Didn't get to see it. Going there this weekend to Ohio Stadium. First time I'm going, and I'm pumped.
Oh, you're going this weekend?
Yep.
Against Tulsa?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So hopefully they actually win that game.
Just a couple of things I want to talk about here. Illinois football. Oh, my God, dude.
Glad you put them on the list.
I'm glad I put them on the list, too. I watched the first half of that game, and I turned it off. I couldn't keep watching it. Virginia was just running up and down the field. It was like watching a high school varsity team in football go up against a freshman football team. It was that bad. It was ugly. Like their receivers were just blowing right by our linebackers, cornerback. I mean, it was embarrassing.
Oklahoma State barely beating Tulsa by 5. Oklahoma State playing back-to-back close games against weak competition.
Yeah, their quarterback, Sanders, I think is his name.
I haven't watched them play yet.
Horrendous.
They're ranked 22nd.
Yeah, they shouldn't be ranked at all.
And I think they're going down big this week.
Who do they play?
Boise State.
Yeah.
At the Boise State in Boise.
I could see that.
South Carolina winning by 3.
Had Minnesota on a teaser this last weekend. Beats Miami of Ohio by 5 points. I needed them to win by 10. They win by 5 points.
And I thought they were a lock to cover last week.
Yeah.
I was debating them for my
Me
lock
too.
of the week.
Like, I understand their running backs out, but Jesus, you guys beat Ohio State the first half, and you beat Miami of Ohio by 5?
And they were up 21-3 going into half. Almost blew it.
Freaking embarrassing.
Thought Tennessee would beat Pittsburgh. That didn't happen. Pittsburgh ended up winning by 7. So they scored, let's say, 27 points in the second quarter. Jesus!
Yeah, Pittsburgh's looking pretty good. Auburn absolutely destroys Alabama State. I didn't see that line on FanDuel, or I might have taken it.
Whoa.
49.5. I mean, Alabama State, you might as well close the doors on that program, because that's... But then again, I think they are FCS or whatever. So.
Freaking Oregon, Ohio State game. I didn't see the first. I don't even.
Is Fresno State that good?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But our defense, like, we knocked the quarterback out. Is it recorded?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. If we knocked their quarterback out, I'm pretty sure. He didn't play, like, the second half. And then our defense gets stops in the fourth quarter when we need them to get stops, and our offense doesn't capitalize, so.
Fresno State, Kirk Herbstreit, at the first college game day I was watching, he's talking about how Fresno State could do some damage this year. So maybe Fresno State is actually that good. I don't know. That's what Herbie said.
That's what Herbie said.
I always listen to Herbie. Herbie knows everything.
Yeah. He always talks crap about Herbie. Florida. Did you pick them to cover?
Yep, I did. I took Florida to cover. They were my lock of the week at minus, I don't remember, what did I say, 27?
27.5.
27.5. It ended up being 29. Yeah, I mean, Florida played great the first half, and then you score 7 points in the second half against, like, USF doesn't even have a defense. So I don't know how the hell you only score 7 points. And they don't have an offense either. So I don't know how you give up 17 in one half to them. Absolute joke. I'm pissed. You're the number 9 team in the country. You can't be.
You got a tough one against Alabama this weekend.
Alabama will crush them.
I think so too.
Absolutely, they'll destroy them. Duquesne somehow beats Ohio.
The spread was 28.5.
The money line on that, I don't even remember. I don't even think there was a money line. That's how big of the spread was. So yeah. Also had Notre Dame on my teaser. Needed them to win by 6.5. They win by 3 at home against Toledo.
This Murray State-Cincinnati game at halftime, I was looking like I was about to put some money on it. I wasn't even lying. I was telling my buddy, I was like, it's 7-7. They started out up 7-0, and then Cincinnati scored 42 straight. They play IU this weekend. That game will be interesting.
Iowa beats Iowa State.
I did take the Iowa money line. I'm high on the Hawkeyes. I was watching that game. Iowa State was turning it over there for a little bit, like every time they got the ball. Every time. I'm scared of Iowa's defense. That defense is for real. My lock of the week covered.
Keaton's lock of the week covers by a lot. Yeah, I mean that was a really good pick.
Florida State.
That's another program that just needs to shut it down. Vanderbilt, Colorado State in the toilet bowl.
Vanderbilt's one of my plays this week. On my parlays.
To cover?
To not cover.
Oh, to knock! I was gonna say
they lost to Eastern Tennessee State week 1 by 20.
Here's another one that this one I had a 15-team money line.
I think Stanford plays Vanderbilt next week.
10 of my teams were in college football. Stanford USC was the last college football game I needed to hit, and USC got absolutely annihilated, and they lost their coach.
Yeah, he had like the best start in his first 3 years as a USC head coach, and they fired him.
Well, that's what he freaking did. Dude. Stanford is
David Shaw is for real. He's back. They may have lost week 1, but week 2 was a different story for him, and I got him in week 3, baby.
All right, so week 3, I already know what my lock of the week is. Do you want to go ahead and do our locks of the week?
Yeah, let's hear yours first.
All right, my lock of the week. You're gonna want to go to your sports book or go to FanDuel, preferably FanDuel, and put your money on Oklahoma minus 22.5 at home against Nebraska. Nebraska lost to Illinois. That's all you need to say. I bet. I bet Oklahoma puts up a 50 burger on them. I mean,
50 burger.
It's gonna be bad. Take Oklahoma minus 22.5. That is your lock of the week from me.
All right. Well, can you have 2 locks of the week for college?
Sure.
Because I'm going balls to the wall this week, going with a double locker here. Coastal Carolina minus I think 10.5 against Buffalo is what I had them at, but it moved to 12.5.
It's at minus 14.
13.5.
Okay. So yeah, 2 touchdowns against Buffalo. Buffalo has they're terrible. So I can see that.
And Boise State is down to 3.5.
Okay.
And those are my 2 locks.
Boise State is your lock against who?
Oklahoma
State.
It was 4.5 when I got it, so.
All right. Just go through a couple of games on here. Illinois and Maryland. I think Maryland will run all over Illinois.
Yeah, I also think the same. They got 2 with his brother.
Yeah, Maryland's pretty good.
Louisville, UCF. I would go with UCF there.
I too would go with UCF. Cincinnati at Indiana.
I actually have IU in this one.
To cover the spread?
Money line.
Oh my.
They're one of my upsets, and I have another one here coming up on a 2-team parlay I just threw 20 on.
I also was looking at Pittsburgh against Western Michigan.
I too looked at that game, and they're on my 5-teamer.
Pittsburgh is?
Yep.
Also, you'll kind of realize we usually take favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not many dogs that we like to take. Purdue at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's looked like shit. And they may have won, but they haven't covered yet.
True.
One of my buddies, he may be a homer because he goes to Purdue, but he's confident. He's a little confident.
Are you talking about Gwag?
Yeah, he's a little confident in a Purdue money line. He was telling me about it today.
Good old G-Wag.
I mean, I stayed away from it because Purdue, Oregon State's not really good for the eye test. I don't even know who they played last week.
Let's take a look.
And Notre Dame, oh yeah, Connecticut. Yeah, that's a real good team. Anyways.
They covered.
Yeah, Notre Dame
2-0 against the spread, though.
has beat Florida State and Toledo.
Barely beat Florida State.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They've won by a combined 6 points.
They should not be a top 10 team. Embarrassing. Iowa, Kent State.
Ohio State dropped to 11.
Is Iowa's offense pretty decent? They put 31 on IU, didn't they?
34. That's another one of my 5-team parlay
say.
picks is Iowa. I'm riding the Hawkeyes. I'm riding them. I'm riding them hard.
Arkansas, they are on my teaser. I got them down to -10. Let's see. Toledo, I think, is also on my teaser. We'll go through my 15-team teaser here in a second. You can only get it on FanDuel, I think. I don't think that DraftKings does. I don't think they do 13.5-point teasers. I could be wrong.
13.5.
Let's see.
I could be wrong.
Auburn at Penn State.
Auburn is parlayed with the IU and a 2-team money line upset. Parlay. But yeah, 20 to win 150. I'm here for it.
20 to win 150. Okay, that's not bad. Ole Miss, I like against Tulane, -14. Ole Miss has looked really good, but I'm trying to think who they play last week.
And they play Louisville to start out. Austin P.
Yeah, they played Louisville. Killed them. I heard some people actually bet on Louisville in that game.
I don't recall, but there's that Stanford -12. I think I got it for maybe 10.5.
I'm pretty sure I put Stanford on my 15-team teaser.
And then there's Boise State again, -4. I think that's easily doable. Oklahoma State's look like shit.
I think this will also be a good game. Fresno State at UCLA.
Yeah, that'll be. I think that'll be a 1-possession game.
If I'm taking any dog this week, it'd be the Bulldogs of Fresno State. Go Bulldogs! Is that all you wanted to say as far as locks? Do you have any more locks? Just 2 locks?
Just those 2 and the old 5-teamer.
Okay.
LSU -20.5 against Central Michigan was the 5th leg of that 5-teamer. So it was Iowa, Pittsburgh, Coastal Carolina, LSU, and Stanford.
All right, let's take a look at my 15-leg plus 13-point team teaser. Plus 1,400. So $100 wins you $1,400. I got Coastal Carolina. All they have to do is beat Buffalo by half of a point. So they just got to win that game. Oklahoma just has to beat Nebraska by 9. Iowa has to beat Kent State by 10. Ohio State just has to beat Tulsa by 12. Arkansas just has to beat Georgia Southern by 10. I mean, this
I might get in on this.
This is free money right here. UTSA just has to beat Middle Tennessee. They've looked good. Texas Tech just has to beat Florida International by 7. Bama just has to beat Florida by 2. Toledo just has to beat Colorado State by 1.5. Stanford can lose by 1 to Vanderbilt. Ole Miss just has to beat Tulane by 1. This is where it gets kind of iffy, though. Michigan has to beat Northern Illinois by 14.
They could do that.
Kind of scary.
No, they can do that. That's easy money for them.
Marshall just has to keep it within 2 against Eastern Carolina. Eastern Carolina's trash.
Yeah.
Marshall's looked pretty decent. LSU just has to beat Central Michigan by 7. And Pittsburgh just has to beat Western Michigan by 2 points. And that is my 15-leg plus, it's not even 13.5. It's just plus 13-point team teaser. Point teaser. Yeah, that. Plus 1,400. It's a shot in the dark. You never know. You never know with sports betting. Is it probable? No. Is it possible? Definitely. First off, let's talk about the Cincinnati Reds for a second here.
I don't want to.
Cincinnati Reds?
Yeah, they're having
abysmal.
Collapse of a... I don't even know.
I don't think they're making the playoffs, dude.
I don't think so either. In fact, I did have them on FanDuel, $15 for World Series champion a few weeks ago when they were actually playing good, but I got to cash that out.
For how much?
15.
I really?
got my money back.
What? When?
Yeah.
When did you cash it out?
When they started playing like shit.
They let you cash it out for the same amount you put in.
Yeah.
That's horseshit, dude. They never let me do that.
Washington and the Giants tonight.
Thursday night game tonight. Hopefully I'll get this out before that game starts. I should be able to. I know Washington lost to the Chargers last week, but...
Before you do anything, Daniel Jones, 4-0 against Washington, 4-18 against the rest of the NFL, so he likes to play the football team.
Well, I'm telling you right now, that changes tonight because Washington's going to win this
Was
game.
Heineke?
Yep.
Heineke at the start?
Yep.
I too like Washington in this game. Saquon might be out too, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, that's the rumor mill.
Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo, my Super Bowl pick. What are you doing?
Yeah, Josh Allen, my fantasy quarterback. What are you doing?
You lose to Big Ben. Big Ben's...
It wasn't Big Ben. It was the Steelers' freaking defense. The Steelers' defense is going to put up historic numbers, in my opinion, this year. But this is the year of the Fin. Fins up. That's what I'm hearing in Miami. They like Tua. That being said, I'm going with Josh Allen and the Bills because I don't believe that horse shit.
Yep, I'm going with the Bills as well. Super Bowl pick. They'll turn it around this week.
I don't even want to watch. I don't even want to talk about the Colts.
We have to talk about the Colts. LA Rams at Indianapolis.
The Colts offense did not show up at all last week. Their defense pitched a shutout for a majority of the second half last week, and their offense just never got going. I don't know if Wentz was throwing it too much, if we weren't running enough. Wentz was just getting killed. It was like, you said, you were texting me, like watching Andrew Luck all over again.
The offensive line, absolutely abysmal. And that was one of the things, like everyone was saying, oh, well, now Carson Wentz is going to have an offensive line. He didn't have one in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he probably felt like he was still playing in Philly.
He's probably like, Jesus, what is going on here? And Seattle's defense, I don't think it's anything compared to the Rams' defense.
Yeah, this is about to be a bad week.
Yeah, I love my Colts, but I'm taking the Rams in that one.
Let's see. It's down to 3.5. They might cover. I mean, they might easily cover that.
You think the Colts would cover that?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't think there's any way the Colts are gonna cover 3.5 against the Rams. They're not even gonna be able to get past midfield the way the offensive line was playing.
Stafford put up 34 points against the Bears defense. The Bears have a pretty good defense.
Yeah. No, there's no way the Colts cover that.
I mean, unless we start running the ball, which is our freaking MO, is run the damn football, but then we want Wentz to throw it 40 times and get sacked every other play, too. The Patriots at the Jets. I got the Patriots winning. I don't know if they cover.
-6. Sean Murphy of Covers.com. He's taking New England to cover.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, thanks for the tip, Sean.
San Francisco, -3.
My lock of the week
At
last
Philly.
week at -7.5. Almost blew it.
They almost got backdoored.
Freaking abysmal.
I think they just put their gas off the pedal.
I mean, I don't think these NFL teams are worried about covering. They just want to win the freaking game.
Right, that is true.
You could be right. Completely took their foot off the gas and still won pretty handily. Still won by 1 possession. So I'll take. I just feel like I take favorites all the time. It's always favorites. Who did Philadelphia beat? The Falcons?
Killed them 32-6.
I'll take the 49ers again.
I'll take the 49ers and to cover in that one. Not my lock of the week, but I think they'll cover.
Cincinnati at Chicago.
I like Chicago in that.
I don't know. Yeah.
If they play Fields, I like Chicago in that. Their defense is just, in my opinion, too good. But the Bengals have the money on them, so.
Also, Andy Dalton could be, if he's starting, he's gonna want to prove to Cincinnati that they made a mistake of letting him go. I'll take Chicago in that one. Why not? Denver at Jacksonville.
I think Denver blows them out.
Me too. Denver looked great.
Who did they play? The Vikings? No. Cincinnati played the Vikings. Who did Denver play? The Giants.
The Giants, yeah.
Jacksonville looked terrible last week against Houston.
Urban Meyer's probably already on the hot seat, dude.
He's probably on his way to USC.
That's what I was thinking too. Houston at Cleveland. I shat on Cleveland last week on the podcast. I was talking mad shit about Cleveland. I think
by 4.
I think Cleveland's for real. I'm taking Cleveland to cover. Another favorite I'm taking.
I also like Cleveland. I don't know if they'll cover. I mean, Houston did beat the doors off of Jacksonville. That ain't saying much. But then again, who does Houston even have? I thought they would be a 1-16 team this year. But yeah, Cleveland's just so star-studded. It's going to be ugly.
Also, would like to go ahead and put in my lock of the week for the NFL. I'm going to take the Denver Broncos -6 against Jacksonville. Jacksonville might be in that tier of, are they going to lose every single game?
Even with Trevor Lawrence?
Even with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been so used to playing with a great team that he doesn't know what's going on. Denver all the way, -6. Book it. That's my lock of the week.
Love it.
New Orleans at Carolina. New Orleans looks like a machine.
You know, every once in a while a team just has a team's number. Last year, New Orleans beat Tampa Bay 38-3. This year they beat my Super Bowl pick 38-3. One was in week 7, this one's in week 1. Maybe Rodgers will get it turned around. I don't know. It's freaking Aaron Rodgers, man. You can't ever count him out.
He doesn't even look like he wants to be there.
He might not want to be there. He's probably all cold and depressed. He might not want to be there, but
I'm taking the Saints. The Saints they're so fast. They're so good on defense. Jameis Winston.
You were texting me. You were like, Jameis might be the damn MVP. He had 93 passing yards at the time of the text.
And then he threw a freaking bomb. So
it was a murder, so I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah,
freaking dethroned my lock of the week. I was so confident. Jeez. Just ruined my dreams and spirits.
Who do you got in this one?
The Saints.
So far we've
picked... Who did Carolina beat last week?
They beat the Jets.
The Saints are gonna... The Saints might be a cover for me. So the Saints and 49ers might be a couple of covers for me right now.
Las Vegas at Pittsburgh. I didn't even see what Las Vegas did on Monday night.
Well, I was pissed because I took Baltimore -3.5. Baltimore's up 7, 24-17. I think in the 4th, Lamar goes to run it, fumbles it. Las Vegas scores. Then Baltimore, I think, kicked a field goal. Then Las Vegas kicked a field goal. And then Las Vegas gets it down to like the 1-yard line. Doesn't get it in overtime. So I'm like thinking, all right, there's still a chance. Lamar fumbles it again! And then they kick the field goal and win.
I just don't think Carr is that good of a quarterback.
I do. After seeing what he did Monday, he was making audibles and hot routes like he was freaking Peyton Manning in the backfield. Checking every play. He was delivering dimes.
All right, you just convinced me. I'm going.
I wouldn't go with the Raiders against the Steelers though. I was just saying, like, don't talk crap about Derek Carr. He's off to a good start.
I'm taking the Raiders to cover here, +6.
Taking a little pump to cover. That's a big spread, but Pittsburgh doesn't have an offense, but they do have a pretty damn good defense. So
Atlanta at Tampa Bay.
That is a big spread right there, and Tampa Bay might cover that. They might cover that.
Because they look so great against the Cowboys.
Well, I mean, Dak looked really freaking good, though.
That's true. You did say Dak is back.
I picked him up in fantasy. Somebody dropped him for Matt Ryan, so I picked him up. Tampa Bay, -13 against Atlanta.
For NFL, that is huge.
That is huge. I would take Tampa Bay to win, but I don't know about to cover.
Maybe tease it down to 9.5.
Atlanta just, like, they don't have nobody.
They really don't. I feel kind of bad for Matt Ryan, but
32-6. Trade him to the Colts. We could use a quarter.
Can he play offensive line?
Yeah, for real.
That's what
we'll put you at left tackle for Costanzo. Oh wait, he retired on us.
Minnesota at Arizona.
Lock of the week.
You were right about. I said Kyler Murray.
Arizona Cardinals.
In the pan. That's
lock of the week -3.5. I just don't believe in Minnesota. They lost to the Bengals last week. This week, they're going up a real defense. And like I said, I thought Arizona would be for real this year, and they freaking killed the Titans last week. Is it Chandler Jones? I think Chandler Jones had 5 sacks on Tannehill alone. Some teams don't get 5 sacks in a game. And that guy was like, I need some money around here. He wants a payday.
I like that too. Arizona looked great last week. I was completely wrong about Arizona. So I'm with you on that one. It's not my lock, but I'm with you on that one. Tennessee at Seattle.
I like Seattle to win.
38-13.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee didn't do anything last week.
Give me Seattle to cover that. A touchdown? Yeah. Seattle's defense, like I said, I mean, Colts made them look great last week. But
Dallas against the Chargers, and the Chargers are favored by 3.5. I'm taking Dallas.
I'm taking Dallas money line.
I mean, that is what?
Chargers beat. Who did they beat again?
The Washington football team.
Yeah, Cowboys all day.
Dak is back. It's gonna be like will their defense be able to keep them in it? Basically, like Herbert's gonna be good though. I just like Dak.
Yeah.
A lot more than I like Herbert though.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas on that one. Finally, another dog.
I'm thinking.
I don't even think that should be a dog though.
I think I might parlay the locks and just the money line, and yeah, I don't understand how Dallas is.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. Kansas City at Baltimore.
Kansas City 3.5. This will probably be another really good game. After last week, Baltimore, I can't pick you. I'm going with Kansas City to win and to cover.
I'll take Kansas City to win.
And to cover.
And then Monday Night Football, the Packers are 11-point favorites against Detroit. I don't know. That one's tough. At Green Bay.
I'll take Green Bay to win, not to cover.
Primetime game. Might tease that one down to 9.5. I like 9.5 as a number because
you can win by 10.
Yeah.
A touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, so that'll do it. I can't really think of anything else. Do you have anything else? Did anyone make your list this week? Did anyone make the list?
The Ravens about did. I'm not going to put them on it quite yet. I didn't touch it on the podcast, but I did play it, and after their debacle, it's week 1, so I'll let it slide. But if I bet on you again, if you fuck me, I swear.
Alright, that's going to do it. Check us out on Buzzsprout, the Pick'ems Podcast. Check us out on Twitter.
Also, I bet on LSU, and I bet on them week 1, and they didn't do it for me. So hopefully they do it for me this week, and don't pick me, or else they're getting put on the list next week. And you can count on it.
Alright, check us out on Twitter at Pick'ems Podcast. Check us out on Instagram at the Pick'ems Podcast. That's where we post all of our picks. I'm going to start posting some maybe funny memes and stuff on there too, you know. And then check us out on Buzzsprout. Don't know what's taking Apple Podcasts so long. I sent an application there. We should be on there at some point eventually. Also on YouTube at the Pick'ems Podcast. Our link to our YouTube channel is in the description of our Instagram account. And that'll do it. Any final words?
I hope we freaking win this week.
Put all of our locks in a parlay and also do that 15-team, 13-point teaser plus 1,400. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it's pretty damn close to a guarantee. We'll see you next time on the Pick'ems Podcast.